My best friend is now 24 years old and came out as a trans woman, and I fell madly in love with her. Finally, I confessed to her, and I'm happy.
My best friend became a transgender woman, and the moment I saw her post-transition, I fell in love with her. She took my breath away each time we hung out, which was rather often. I spent many days and nights fantasizing about her, about us, and I decided that tonight was the night I was going to shoot my shot with her. I was insanely nervous walking to my friend's house. While going over there was one issue I had, and it was that I had absolutely no idea where the date was going to be. I actually sat in my car in her driveway like an idiot for about 5 minutes, just thinking of the place I could take her. When I finally got it, I stepped out of my car and approached her house, my heart beating out of my chest. I was barely able to walk, and when I got to her door, I took a minute to merely breathe and compose myself, as well as create a rough draft in my head of how I was going to ask her out. I rang the doorbell, and she opened it, wearing a crop top and sweatpants with her hair down, and I actually felt butterflies in my stomach by just seeing how gorgeous she was. She asked me what was up, and so it was go time. Through a dry mouth and rapid heart rhythm, I successfully, without even stuttering, told her I would love to take her out on a date tonight, and that I've been wanting to ask her out for the longest time. I put on my best act, and did it all while staring directly into her eyes, and I could see her folding. She started blushing and looking away, and a huge smile appeared on her face as she answered yes in excitement. Seeing yourself do that to someone you love is an amazing feeling. After she said yes, she asked me where I was planning on taking her. I told her I would love to go to an 80s bar and grill that has karaoke every night and tacos, since it's her favorite place. She actually squealed in excitement and hugged me. That felt so right. I left her at her place and told her to get ready, because I'll be picking her up at 8. I can sense that asking her out has made her even more comfortable when flirting with me, because not only did she kiss me on the cheek before I left, she even told me she'll wear something extra nice just for me tonight. I blushed so hard when she said that. Update 1. So the date happened, and it was absolutely amazing. I'll even say it was the greatest night ever. All this made me wish I had asked her out a long time ago, but I suppose it's better late than never. I'm insanely happy I did ask her out. When my friend said she was going to get dressed extra nice, she really meant it. Wow, did she look beautiful. She was breathtaking. I had a lot of butterflies in my stomach. She had a red floral dress on, wore a blue shade of lipstick, my favorite color, and had her hair tied back in such an elegant way, it almost made me want to drop down to one knee and propose immediately. She looked incredible, by far the most gorgeous girl in the bar we went to, and that's an objective truth. My heart kept pounding though, because I really could not believe my luck at some points. Seeing as this was a date, I really wanted to flirt, so as soon as I saw her I kissed her on the cheek and told her she looked gorgeous. Seeing her smile and blush just made me blush as well, and we got caught in an endless loop of blushing which was only cut short by rock music as soon as we got into my car. I was definitely trying really hard not to screw anything up. I wanted to take things slow. I didn't want to make my friend feel uncomfortable at all. We got to the bar, and from that moment, everything went perfectly. It wasn't just smooth sailing. It felt like I was gliding with absolutely zero resistance, because everything we did just felt so right. I didn't drink too much, as I was the designated driver. My friend, though, she had an insanely fun time. She was jumping around, singing, dancing, she was having a blast, and it was great to see her having so much fun. It was kinda hard to keep her in one place, haha. She was super hyper and looked so cute. We enjoyed ourselves as if there was no one around. We talked a lot as well, and she said that she really appreciated that I asked her out. I admitted I was pretty nervous about everything, but her being such a sweet person really lowered my nerves so much. As it turns out, and I have so correctly theorized in my spare time, she has been dropping many hints for the longest time, and I never caught on to them. I still have no idea how that one night when she told me that the cocktail I was drinking makes a person's lips taste good, I didn't take the hint. We just laughed at the whole thing off though, and were happy to actually finally be on a date. My biggest goal of the night was to kiss her, and she kept winking at me the entire night. I was hesitant to kiss her. I was worried a kiss could be too much. This was me overthinking again, because she was pretty obvious about letting me kiss her, even puckering her lips at time and touching mine with her finger. I feel as if she knew I was being hesitant, so she ended up kissing me and didn't hold back either. She wrapped her arms around me and just went for it, and I did the same. From the moment we kissed, my nerves the rest of the night were completely gone. We didn't act like friends anymore. We acted a lot more than that. We became more intimate with each other. I kept my arm wrapped around her waist, even softly gliding it around, which I could tell she really liked, based on how her hips started swaying. I held her hand everywhere we went, and she always kept her arm wrapped around mine. It felt really nice, and I didn't want the night to ever end. We kissed a few more times throughout the night. Any chance we had, we'll give each other a kiss on the cheek or lips. We actually kept a tally of who could sneak more kisses onto the other person, and she ended up beating me. Eventually, we went back to her place, and that's when I decided to drink a little more, as I was very close to home. We just continued to sing and dance, acting like it wasn't already 1 in the morning. We're gamers, so we decided to continue the night playing Just Dance while tipsy. I'm the king of that game, my friend would disagree. I ended up sleeping at my friend's house as she didn't want me going off under the influence, even though my house is actually a few houses away. The rest of the night was just fantastic. The entire night was the greatest I've ever had. I regret not asking her out sooner. Imagine how incredible dates we would have already had. The following morning, we woke up, went to go get some breakfast. We just laughed at all the dumb things we did last night. We still continued being super comfortable with each other, hugging, holding hands, keeping ourselves in each other's arms. None of us hesitated. We just continued to be how we were last night. We had to split up, as I had to help my dad with a family BBQ, and my friend was meeting up with her mom. We kissed each other goodbye, and we've been non-stop texting ever since. The only word I can say is wow. That's literally all I can say. Wow, what a beautiful night it was. Are we a thing now with how we're acting together? Update 2. So, my friend's mom knows about the date we went on because my friend decided to tell her, and it's with great comfort I can say that her mother had a pretty great reaction to it. My friend told me that when she told her mom just celebrated. She was insanely happy for the both of us because she could tell by looking at her daughter's eyes how happy she was about being with me. This felt so nice and fulfilling to hear. My friend said her mom wanted to know every single detail, but also she wasn't surprised that I asked her daughter out. Her mom had a huge feeling I liked her daughter and knew that her daughter had a crush on me too, so she was very happy I finally asked her out. Of course, her mom is now saying, "When's the wedding?" to my friend constantly. I'm just insanely happy her mom is cheering us on. Her family, mine, and some friends are all getting together tonight for a BBQ. I have no doubt my friend's mom told her husband about the date, who definitely would have told my parents. Honestly, I'm just not ready for when my mom finds out. She's going to be super happy, but she's going to be asking me, when's the wedding as well. I also plan to ask my friend out on another date tonight, and I want to ask about being in a serious relationship. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I feel tonight might be a busy with everyone around. I want to tell her I love her so much. I don't want to keep my feelings inside anymore. I want to tell her I've fallen in love with who she is, her true self. I want her to know what a beautiful, amazing woman she is. I'll love to do that tonight, but I'll hold it off for the next date. Update 3. The BBQ was an insanely cute night, and my friend and I loved spending it together. Of course, the whole family knows, as my friend's mother simply couldn't hold off on telling her husband or my parents, and I'm very happy to report that everyone thoroughly supports us and does not show any sort of outdated thinking or views towards our feelings for each other. We got a lot of "when's the wedding" jokes, and my friend actually said aloud, "whenever he puts a ring on it," which got a lot of oohs and ahs from everyone. Update 4. So last night was a wild ride. It's currently the morning after my second date with my friend, and I'm typing this up in my friend's bathroom while waiting for her to come join me for a morning shower. So last night I asked her out on a second date officially and told her that I'd love to really get to know her on a romantic level. She giddily agreed. She and I went to a restaurant, and I informed her that it was Michelin star. This was a restaurant she had been wanting to go to for a while, so when we arrived at it, she actually squealed with excitement and kissed me. I told her to dress fancy, but did not tell her where we were going beforehand. We went in, sat down, chatted, ordered food, and ate. The whole time my heart was pounding because there was really only one question on my mind, and I just had to get it out. In a move so idiotic that only I could make it, I asked her to be my girlfriend while she had a mouthful of her main course. She looked at me quite stunned and chewed her food as fast as possible before responding to me. As the mouthful was pretty big, I felt like King Goofy watching her struggle to get this bite down. Could I not have waited just another minute? When she finally finished chewing and washed it down with a glass of $13 water, she looked me deep in my eyes. We exchanged a glance where we both practically squinted at each other while maintaining deep eye contact, and she responded, "I would love to be your girlfriend." I don't think I have ever felt so relieved, happy, astonished, proud, or overwhelmed in my entire life. This was single-handedly one of the best moments I have ever experienced. I took her hand right away and held it, looking her in the eyes and telling her I will make sure she is treated like the best goddamn girlfriend in the whole, because anything less would be criminal. We joked about me asking her out while she was eating for the rest of the night, sometimes referring to each other as my boyfriend or my girlfriend. We got some amazing dessert too. I told her this chocolate was almost as sweet as her, and she rolled her eyes at just how cringy that line was. In a joking manner, of course. She invited me back to hers after the date, and I accepted without a second thought. We stayed up talking for a few hours first, about us, our history, the future of our relationship, and so on. Then she brought out the alcohol and video games, the combination of the gods. We played Call of Duty and combined it with a drinking game. At one point I had drank too much, and when it was my turn to take another shot, I told her I can't do more vodka. She then told me I could kiss her neck instead, and that would be my forfeit. I felt my heart absolutely spike in rhythm, but I manned up and kissed her neck. Then she kissed my neck. Then we started having a makeout session. At some point midway through, she claimed she thought the room was just too hot and removed our tops. I don't think I need to explain the details of what happened within the following hour. I mean, it was the best intimacy of my life by far, so soft and loving, yet so intense and raw at the same time. We cuddled each other to sleep while listening to white noise, sleep hack for us. It is now the next morning, and I can hear my girlfriend about to come in and join me for my shower.